worries, guys. Just for a bit of background, if I could just get a show of hands of with your clients, whose clients are probably at the moment growing the business at all, who would like to grow the business? Yeah, everyone? That's good. Okay, probably another question I'd like to know is, probably over the last year or so, say 12 to 24 months or at the moment, are any having cash flow difficulties at all? Either by a lot of sales or distribution cash flow? Yeah, okay, 3 out of 4. That's interesting. And is there anyone here, probably their clients are, really killing it, and then all their clients have no cash flow issues at all? Anyone at all? No? Okay. No worries. First of all, thanks to Kerry and Crystal for inviting you guys down and setting up today and inviting me down to really educate you guys and being able to provide some education to value add to your clients, and really hopefully, getting some kudos from your clients for that value add. So I'm glad that, Kerry and Crystal decided to educate you guys, and make sure you thank them later on, because obviously strengthens your education and definitely provides better service to your clients. So thanks again, Kerry.
No problem.
Just to give you a bit of background on myself, I effectively have 2 businesses. I'm a professional sportsman at Essendon Footy Club and FIFO Capital, obviously, and we look after WA and Victoria. On the footy side of things, I've been playing for about 20 years, so obviously, practice a lot and, showed, a lot of discipline and hard work to get to the professional stage of where I'm at. I'm probably mentioning that today, not to impress you guys, but just to impress upon you the similarities that I've seen and that are shown between sport and the business. Anyone here follow footy? Gary, you do? Anyone else at all?
Come on, you guys.
Soccer?
It's not football.
Okay. Normally I use a footy analogy, but we can use a soccer one today in footy. So in our footy and soccer, we have a fullback and a goalie.
Yeah.
So what does a goalie do in soccer?
Just keep the ball away.
So exactly. So and the fullback's the same. So we need these guys as sort of a backstop. So these guys stop the goals. We need them there. It's the same as business. Exactly. So it's exactly the same as business. So I work for that in the business. You can see me as sort of the centre half back or the fullback that acts as that backstop for a business. So when they need to bridge that cash flow gap, whether it be growing the business, putting on extra teams, paying GST or wages, that on that backstop there that really gives them the confidence to know that I'm a phone call away for extra funding, or providing that funding and experience of where I see a cash flow gap and how we can help that out. Probably to give you another example, this one I came across a prospect. His name was Stuart, and he was a tree lopper. Unfortunately, I found this case a little bit too late. He had about $100,000 worth of sales, so of his debtors, and then about $30,000 that he had to pay out to his creditors. So he's obviously doing really well. Had a lot of sales, but was finding real trouble bridging that cash flow gap. So what happened? Unfortunately, I got to Stuart too late. And he had to lay off 3 out of his 4 teams and really cut back because he couldn't manage that cash flow gap. So as you can see, it's really important, when you're growing your business and selling, a part of the problem at times is that really strong growth and real quick and fast growth, and without managing that cash flow. Does anyone have a client like Stuart, a cousin like Stuart, or in their business that are growing really well at all? Anyone? Yeah, a couple of nods. Okay. Yeah, as you can see, like I said, with the strength of the growing, you need that backstop there, and that's what we do. Can I just give you a bit of background on how we help grow those businesses at all? So how we work is we provide selective invoice factoring to small and medium businesses, which help them grow their business. So a simple framework and process of how we work is we advance 80% of an invoice. So as you can see, of the debtors, you might have $500,000 outstanding on your debtor list. So how we work, you might choose a small invoice, or say if you have $2 million of turnover sitting there on your ledger. We work with selective invoice factoring, so you could use whatever invoice you like and turn us on and off whenever you like. So we don't have any contracts, we don't take property security, so our service is really providing flexibility for the client. So say if there's a $2 million turnover, or it could be $100,000 turnover, we can just use a fraction of that to get some cash in the business. So say we have a $100K invoice, maybe say $2 million turnover, So as you can see, it's really only 5% of that receivable ledger that we can use as part of the funding mix, tied in with the overdraft, and we can advance 80% of that invoice value to get some cash in the door to help grow the business. So as you can see, this invoice has gone out and say maybe months end plus 30 days, which a lot at the moment. What is it typical with your guys' clients at the moment?
30 days.
Month plus 30
days.
Okay, so potentially if this is invoiced, second of the month, it won't go out until month's end plus 30. So as you can see that if that's the second of the month, it could be 60 days until that invoice settles. So how we work is we advance 80% of that invoice, which ends up being $80,000. And then in 60 days, once it settles, we reimburse that remaining 20% minus our investment fees. So as again, we don't take property security, and we work with flexibility for the client. They're not tied into contracts and the like, and they can turn us on whatever they like, and choose maybe one invoice or two invoices going forward. So they may not use us again for another 6 months, or they may use us maybe for 10 or 15% of their receivable ledgers ongoing as a part of the funding mix.
Do you have any interest in there?
Sorry?
Does they have any interest? Do you charge any interest?
Interest on that. So how we work is on that last 20%, we reimburse that once it settles in say the 60 days, and then that's minus our investment fees. So that's depending on the dynamics of the business and the days it takes to settle. It could be 5 days, it could be 60, but it ranges depending on those dynamics of between 5.1 and 7.6%, depending on those things. And there are other follow-ups for peace of mind for the client as well. So we have an insurance over the invoice. So that covers the client in case the debtor is insolvent with the invoice, which I can go in further depth on one-on-one with you guys as well. From what you guys see with your clients, is that something, a process that you see would benefit your guys' clients at all? In helping grow their business and help just bridging that cash flow gap?
Does it work even just as well for someone with a smaller turnover and smaller invoices?
I usually just use the $100,000 example just to show the 80% of the $80,000, so it's easy to work out. But really, we can start a $10,000 invoice and work backwards, so it can be that you scrub that as 8,000. So really work on the smaller side of things. An average invoice is usually $10,000 to $40,000 at a single time. So like I said, I usually use the 100 just to show the 80%. But yeah, we've advanced between 5 and 10 before.
So minimum is really 5,000?
Yeah, exactly. So we normally start from that 5 to 10 and work from there. And like I said prior, there's no real limit to how much they have to factor with us. We work on a selective basis, and we want to provide flexibility for the client. That's our mate. That's why we want to be there. We want to be the backstop for our clients and your clients, and really help them grow their business, give them confidence. And the feedback that we found is knowing that they can turn us on and off whenever they like, and they might not be using our funding at the time, but knowing that they're already set up, and we're only ever a 2-hour phone call away for top-up funding. We can do that same day once they're set up. So it gives them a lot of confidence to know that they can go out, grow their business. And if they do, have to put on extra teams, pay some wages quickly, pay their GST, what have you, that we're only there for top-up funding.
That's after everything's all set up.
Once it's all set up, but we normally usually take only 2 or 3 days to get it set up. If everything's in line and the financials are provided. So, are there any? And being honest, are there any clients of you guys right now that you really see that you could help with growing your business and that? And would it be I'd like to talk to you guys one-on-one more about the service and how you can provide that with their clients and really value add. And there's going to be, there's probably some of you guys and some of you guys on the server that, you don't have clients with cash flow difficulties and may never have, but then there's some of you guys, and that's fine, but there's some of you guys that really might have one currently or see them going forward that could really, add some value to your client services. So, is there anyone here that sees the benefit of chatting to me one-on-one with their particular clients that may need this service and that may be able to provide some value to them? anyone at all?
I think it's better if you speak to Arjun and Annie about that, because I think they handle the clients directly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
So,
No worries.
yeah.
So who's that, sorry?
Annie.
Annie.
Annie, obviously.
Oh,
This is Annie.
Okay, yeah, Annie.
That's
And Arjun.
No worries, guys. Did anyone have any questions at all?
I have one small question.
Yeah.
So, because your minimum is 5 to 10K,
Yeah.
if I had a client or if I knew of someone who actually had a provision to maybe perhaps use something like this,
Yeah.
but not for one invoice, for a combination of a couple of invoices to get them to that, say, 5K.
Yeah. That's no issue.
That's
No,
still,
that's no issue.
it's not
Say
just, it doesn't have to be one invoice, it
Exactly.
could be a combination.
Yeah, say if they have, $500, $1,000 invoices with a debtor that they like to bring up to that value. Just usually obviously easier than signing that one invoice, but yeah, if it's a number of invoices to bring them up to what value
So,
of funding
and
they
is there a fee per invoice?
No, it's exactly the same. So if it's 5 invoices
On
of
the
5,000 or one invoice of 25,000, exactly the same. So,
Okay, that's
yeah.
excellent, yeah.
and there's no setup fees or approval fees or anything like that. So it's just when they turn us on and off, whenever they like to use us, it's just on that
On
invoice
that
line.
particular transaction.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
No worries. Yeah. Good.
Yeah. Like
How about with you, Kerry? Would you like a one-on-one, just more of a chat further? Just about those clients
not
that
at
you're
this
talking
point. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
sure. Yeah,
yeah,
all right.
okay.
Yeah.
I'll give you an email. No worries. Any of the other guys?
no.
And anyone on the server as well, if you'd like to, get in contact or let Kerry or Crystal know, or you can call me on 0415 769 062. That's 0415 769 062. We'd like to, a one-on-one conversation just about those clients. Obviously no obligation, just to chat about how we can add some value to your clients and really help them bridge that cash flow gap and grow their business.
It's a huge thing, isn't it, the cash flow?
Exactly. And like you guys have probably seen, it's
It's
mainly the
certainly-
ones that are doing well.
Yeah.
It really need help bridging that cash flow gap.
Is everyone clear on what it is that Brendan's company actually does?
Yeah.
Yeah? Anyone have any other questions?
Any questions? Like I said, yeah, more than happy to give you a call and come down and have a one-on-one or over a coffee, that's fine.
That's always good.
Yeah, nothing.
No worries.